in this video I want to quickly show you the script I use to take screenshots. And I mean, this is it right here. It's a shell script, it's super simple. And I'm gonna go through with it, explain my thought process and how I use it and all that stuff. So first up, I define a path. All my screenshots are saved in documents screenshots, and then they are saved by timestamps, so year, month, day, hour, minute, second, and as a PNG file. I use MAME as the program to actually take screenshots. You can install an Alpine just by installing, well, MAME. And yeah, this is pretty much all that's needed to actually take a screenshot and save it to disk. And all the rest is just like kind of comfort, convenient stuff. So what I normally do, and I mean, so for this video, I actually already recorded it, but then I thought, well, that's too, I don't know, ugly. I want to clean this up a bit and make it a bit fancier and maybe add something or another feature or whatever. So I did that, but the functionality I normally always use is to take a screenshot and then have it pop up in a GTK window where I can drag it into another program. And this is what this drag on program is for, which is a terrible name to be able to find it. Because if you just search Dragon, or maybe even GitHub Dragon, you will not find this program. Okay, but whatever. And I just want to already show you how it does, or what it does, rather. All right, so when I call screenshot, and this screenshot shell script is in my .local bin. If I call it, you can see my cursor changes to this cross thing, and I can then either select the window. Maybe you can see the small border, or I can select the region. So if I just left click, it will screenshot the window, and it will pop up this window right here, which is this drag on program. And from here on, I can drag the window, of course, but I can drag the file anywhere I want to. So, for example, into what I often use is I drag it into Inkscape because I use that for most of my graphic stuff, including the thumbnails for the videos and all that stuff. Or you can also drag it into like Chromium or like whatever. You know, any graphical program that supports drag and drop. And this also works for like websites that allow you to upload files by drag and drop and all that stuff. All right, so this is what I normally pretty much always use. All right, so but one thing, okay, so I will skip over this line right here and go to this last one right here. And at the end we just echo the path because why not? But this one right here is a bit more interesting because while recording the initial video for this, I noticed that you can actually, well, copy the file to your clipboard, which is pretty cool because then if you are in, for example, Inkscape or GIMP or whatever, you can just hit Ctrl-V and it will paste the image from your clipboard. So this is pretty nice. And it does this, yeah, by using Xclip and then selection clipboard. You specify the MIME type, I think it is, and then you just pipe the file into it. And these conditionals in front of it are for the amount of command line arguments I give. So by default, if I don't give any command line arguments for this shell script, it will, so if the amount of arguments, this is what the $hash symbol stands for, so the amount of command line arguments is equal to 0, it will call this drag on program with the file. If it is 1, so if I call, for example, a screenshot and with an argument, it will copy the, well, okay, now I'm going over it. It will just echo the path into the clipboard, so it will copy the path. Yeah. So again, if I call screenshot with, for example, A as an argument, it will let me select something, for example, this path or this whole thing, and then it will copy the path to the clipboard. So if I paste that in, you will see the whole path. And now I can, for example, call NXIV on that and get the screenshot. So this is pretty handy. I know this because I I wanted to take a screenshot and then have it in like a send presentation, and I noticed, well, I can't do this with Dragon because that only allows me to drag and drop it into another graphical program, but not actually get the path. So I added this, and here, if I give 2 command line arguments, it will actually copy the file to the clipboard. So I can also show that. So if I screenshot and then give 2 arguments, for example 2 A's, and then copy or screenshot rather this right here, I can then, for example, let me, I don't know. Well, if I paste it now, it will destroy the terminal. But let's just suffice it to say that the image is now on my clipboard. So if I were would open like Inkscape, I could paste it in there, or GIMP or something. All right, but as you'll notice, this is kind of, or as I noticed, this is kind of ugly because, I mean, for the default case it works fine, and afterwards it kind of gets annoying because you have to hit like space and then like another letter. And another super annoying thing I noticed is if I type in screenshot and then if I put in A, it's fine, but if I put in a letter that's in the program name, dmenu will not, like, it will not give this as an argument. So if I put in, for example, S, it will not actually call screenshot space S, but it will call screenshot because that is still what's selected here. So let me show that. So let me do this, let me screenshot this, and it will pop up this Dragon window, even though I gave an argument in, and it should have just copied the path. So I hope all that makes sense. So I thought I tried another approach with like giving, like specifying the first argument as like, for example, D for Dragon or X for Xclip, but this is also kind of annoying. I noticed. I mean, it works fine. So if I do this and do this and do this, and we can have the same for like this right here, but I won't bother. Okay, so again, if I save that and I call screenshot with like D, it will drag on. It will open Dragon with the file, and if I call it with X, it will copy the file to the clipboard and whatnot. But again, this is pretty annoying because you can only use letters that are not in the name of the script, because otherwise it won't work with dmenu. So this is also pretty annoying. So what I thought I would do, and I will do this in this video because I kind of like live programming, I don't know, is I would do it with dmenu pretty easily. So my thought process was, okay, I want to take a screenshot, everything's fine, and then I want to have dmenu pop up and let me select what I want to do with the screenshot. Because oftentimes I first take the screenshot, I noticed, and then I think about, okay, what do I want to do with it? Like, not actually, but I mean, I have a goal in mind, of course, but I think it's why I want the screenshot, but I think it may be better like that. So I will just do that live here. So we want to echo Dragon, Xclip, and copy, for example, into dmenu, and into dmenu. And if I, for example, do it like that, yeah. So as you can see, if I enter that into a shell, dmenu will pop up and will let me select either nothing, either nothing, Dragon, Xclip, or copy. And we actually don't need this right here because we only need one empty option, if that makes sense. So yeah. All right, and then we want to have this whole thing in a variable. Let's call it res for result, and let's do it like that. And then we just want to compare result to like these strings. So if result is Dragon, we want to kind of have that. And by the way, if you've noticed, my Dragon is in .local bin because I didn't know it was, like, I didn't know that it existed in a repository, so I compiled it from scratch some time ago, and I haven't bothered replacing that. All right, let's do this and that, and oh, whoops. Call res, and to copy. And I think I will change the copy. I might change the in what order I give these arguments in a second. All right, but let's first check that that actually works. And yeah, for this the same, I guess. Yeah. All right. So res equals xclip, because xclip is probably the option I will use the least. So it should go to the bottom. Yeah. And I might keep this last empty option, I guess. Yeah. All right. All right. Let's just check it out and see if it works. So I can now screenshot something, for example, this main line. I don't know, and then dmenu will pop up and let me select what I want to do. So let's say I don't want to do anything. Unknown operand. But why? Drag on clip. Yeah, I think that doesn't actually work. I think this is just for like variable comparison. That's what popped into my mind just now. So, but I think it should work anyways, shouldn't it? So let's screenshot, select dragon. Yeah, okay, so it works. If I select something that's not empty space, or that's not this empty option, let's do it again. Let's just copy the path, and if we open that, yeah, it's fine. So and if I call it with xclip, it will probably also work. Yeah, so now it's in my clipboard, I hope. I mean, we could actually check that by doing this. Let's copy that and let's give the O flag test.png. No, I think I have a test.png. Oh. Like this? No. Target. Yeah, so this should have worked. No. Why do I not need to put this output flag? Image PNG not available. Maybe it didn't work. Let's see. Screenshot. I take a screenshot. I call xclip. Yeah, it's in my... Oh, now it worked. I think, I hope. Oh yeah, okay, great. So as you see, all this works. Oh, what's this? I don't know why it doesn't work when I don't specify anything. I don't know. So why this this error from before? So if I take a screenshot and don't do anything, it will error this, I don't know, unknown operand. I don't know why that is. If you know why that is, let me know in the comments or via email, I guess. But yeah, I'll just try to use this script as is with dmenu, because I think that's actually, that could be pretty good. Yeah, and I wanted to show you kind of how I program something like that in this video, because I thought it would be fun. And I mean, dmenu is just great because it just lets you script something like this so easily. It lets you hack something like this together like with such ease. Yeah, and it's really, yeah, great. All right, that's it. Have a nice day.